What's good, fam? On September 8th, Kendrick Lamar stood in front of a giant American flag and delivered a message that basically ended the most one-sided war we have ever seen in rap. He told the entire world that you only get one shot at a championship, making it clear there are no round twos or second chances in this game, no cap. This was a surgical strike aimed right at Drake, and those desperate Instagram posts where he tried to manifest a rematch like this was some best of 7 playoff series.
Yeah, that's how it felt like to me, you know, also just being a fan of your music forever and knowing like, look at where you're at now, man. Like, it's this crazy Super Bowl halftime show. And you just keep climbing, bro. It's like amazing.
Superpowers get neutralized like a only watching silence. The first artist we once knew was looking paranoid and now spiraling. You're moving just like a degenerate, having antics is feeling distasteful. You're not a rap artist, you're a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted. Tommy Hilfiger stood out.
Kendrick told him to stop dreaming because the trophy is already sitting in Compton and the victory parade is locked in for New Orleans on February 9th. We are watching the final stage of a complete cultural takeover where Kendrick is not just the best rapper alive, but the moral authority for the whole genre. He stood there in that video as a classic silhouette to show he won the keys to the kingdom while the other side was busy playing with bots and leaking fake receipts. This Super Bowl announcement serves as a coronation, proving Kendrick is the new king of the hill, and anyone still checking for the old regime is just living in a fantasy world. The reality is that the boogeyman did not just hide under the bed, he took over the whole house and changed the locks while everyone was watching him do it.
So you're gonna get Man at the Garden at the top of the right. Because I've put in enough work to say I want it this way.
Kendrick is standing on business, and the message is loud and clear for anyone who thinks this beef is still up for debate. This is a total regime change, leaving the old guard in the dust, and that Super Bowl stage is the final nail in the coffin for the Drake era. When you look at the business behind this Super Bowl 59 power play, it is obvious this was a coordinated hit on the entire OVO and Young Money aesthetic. On September 8th, the NFL and Apple Music dropped the news that Kendrick would headline the halftime show in 2025 with the full backing of Jay-Z and Roc Nation. Jay-Z did not hold back when he called Kendrick a once-in-a-generation artist who has a deep-seated love for the culture and the craft.
Picking the truth to walk through life like day by day. Picking the code and honoring discipline. Listen, man. Giving the truth, you tell them what God considering.
That quote is a formal endorsement from the highest level of the industry, telling the world that Kendrick is the chosen one to lead hip-hop into the next decade. Jay-Z knows exactly what he is doing by putting his weight behind the man who just spent the summer dismantling the biggest pop star on the planet. This is a regime change that goes way beyond music because it is about who gets to define what hip-hop looks like on a global stage. The production is being handled by PG Lang and Jesse Collins Entertainment, which means Kendrick has total creative control over the message he sends to over 100 million people.
With my projects, it always be that one record I feel like that I want everyone to hear, you know what I'm saying?
The fact that they picked a rapper from Compton to headline a show in New Orleans is the ultimate chess move and a total slap in the face to the Young Money legacy. We all know that New Orleans belongs to Lil Wayne and the family that built that city into a rap powerhouse, but the industry decided to skip right over them to give the mic to Kendrick. This was a deliberate decision to bypass anyone and anything adjacent to Drake so they could finish the job they started during the beef. It is a cultural eviction where the gatekeepers are clearing out the room to make space for a more authentic and street-grounded version of the genre. By choosing Kendrick, they are making sure that the Super Bowl is not just another pop medley, but a statement of absolute dominance.
Ain't been about critics, not about gimmicks, not about who the greatest. Always been about love and hate, now let me say I'm the biggest. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you talk.
They wanted a warrior on that stage instead of a melody maker, and they found the one man who could make the entire world sing about someone being a certified pedophile during a football game. This selection proves that the industry is moving away from the influencer-driven rap of the last 10 years and returning to something that actually has a soul and a purpose. Kendrick is the spearhead of this new movement, and Jay-Z is providing the heavy artillery to make sure this transition is permanent. There is no coming back for the other side when the NFL and the biggest tech company on earth are helping you bury the competition on live television.
Yeah, that's how it felt like to me, you know, also just being a fan of your music forever and knowing like, look at where you're at now, man. Like, it's this crazy Super Bowl halftime show. and you just keep climbing, bro. It's like amazing.
This is the moment where the party officially dies for the old guard, and the new era begins with the victory lap the whole world is going to witness. The industry is finally sending a clear message that the era of chasing radio hits and obsessing over streaming numbers is officially over. Labels and fans are hunting for artists who actually stand for something, and Kendrick Lamar is the only name that fits that description in the current climate. Jay-Z and Roc Nation have been essential in moving the spotlight back to the real pillars of hip-hop while stepping away from the commercialized version Drake pushed for a decade. This Super Bowl performance will serve as the ultimate proof that Kendrick is the one holding the keys to the narrative right now.
This is a case where, okay, I had to learn from this and say, okay, I'm at a point now in my career, I don't have to play the game of having the album track at the end of the record.
We are witnessing a cold-blooded eviction of the entire Young Money era from the center of the culture, and it was executed with surgical precision. While Drake sits in his mansion posting dusty clips from his hard drive, Kendrick is busy preparing to dominate the biggest stage on the planet. This is the final result of the war, and it is not even close because one man is playing for a legacy while the other is just chasing clout. Our house stance is that Kendrick is the new moral authority, making this Super Bowl his formal coronation as the undisputed king of rap. The keys to the culture have been handed over, and there is absolutely nothing the old regime can do to stop the transition. This is a total reset for the music industry, and Kendrick is the one standing there holding the remote control. The world is about to see what real hip-hop looks like when it leads the way without the distraction of pop melodies and fake personas. Kendrick is the truth, and this Super Bowl performance is going to be the only evidence anyone needs. The fallout from this announcement turned into a straight-up civil war in New Orleans, and it was wild to watch the different reactions explode across the timeline. Lil Wayne finally broke his silence on September 13th with an emotional video that had the whole internet feeling a certain way, especially with the pain visible in his eyes. He admitted that the snub broke him into a million pieces and left him trying to put himself back together, which is a heavy admission from a legend of his stature.
You mean through the styles of expression or the actual lyricism or everything?
I mean, because when we write, man, you gotta sit and go through the emotions and be vulnerable about it.
It was a vulnerable moment that reminded everyone how much this meant to him, particularly since the game is being played on his own home turf. But the industry is a cold business, and it does not move on sentiment or what someone accomplished 10 years ago. While Wayne was being vulnerable and showing his heart, Nicki Minaj was on the other side of the internet, crashing out in a way we have not seen in years. On September 8th and 9th, she went on a legendary Twitter run where she attacked Jay-Z directly and accused him of letting his feelings toward Drake dictate the selection. She fought for her life trying to frame this as a move against Young Money, but it looked like a desperate attempt to protect the declining empire. Birdman hopped in to back his son up by claiming the industry was trying to erase their Southern legacy, while Master P took a more balanced approach to the situation. The irony of the whole situation is that Drake is essentially using Lil Wayne as a human shield right now to deflect from his own massive losses. He is letting his mentor take all the emotional damage and do all the crying in public while he stays tucked away in his digital basement. Kendrick is using the Super Bowl as a sword to cut off the head of the snake, and unfortunately for the fans in New Orleans, Wayne is standing in the way.
They can't imitate Kendrick. What I learned is niggas don't like the West Coast, and I'm fine with it. I'll push the line with it. A nigga off one at a time with it. We could be on a 2-hour time period. Don't speak on the family. It can get deep in your family court. Go against me and my family court.
This is not about hating a legend like Wayne, but the OVO umbrella has become so toxic that even a Mount Rushmore artist cannot escape the fallout. Drake is sitting in the shadows letting these people crash out for him, which is the nastiest work I have ever seen from a supposed leader in this game. He is using Wayne's legacy to try and guilt trip the culture into feeling bad for him, but the culture is too busy getting ready for the biggest halftime show in years. Before we see how Kendrick just snatched the soul out of the industry with that Black Air Force One energy, tell me if y'all think Drake is foul for letting Wayne catch all this heat for him. Is using a legend as a human shield nasty work, or is Wayne just being a loyal soldier? Tell me in the comments. No cap. And while you're at it, make sure you like and subscribe to The Binge. Let's continue. While the Young Money camp was making all that noise, Kendrick Lamar stepped back in to show everyone who the real boogeyman is. He dropped a 5-minute untitled track on September 11th, and the timing was just savage. This happened right before the VMMA started, and it basically sucked all the oxygen out of the room before anyone could hand out an award. The cover art was just a pair of beat-up black Nike Air Force Ones, and you already know what that means for the culture. That black AF1 energy is pure menace, and it tells you that somebody is about to get their house cleaned out.
Proud A pathetic master manipulator. I can smell the lines from you now.
This wasn't some radio hit or a club banger. It was a manifesto for a total industry reset that didn't leave any room for debate. He told the whole world that he wants to watch the party die, which is a massive metaphor for this era of influencer rap. Drake has been the face of that shallow movement for over a decade, and Kendrick is finally calling it out. Kendrick is moving like a moral crusader who is fed up with the industry full of fake people and shallow movements. He gave specific shout-outs to Lecrae and Terrace Martin, and that was a very calculated choice for a manifesto like this one. By bringing up Lecrae, he is tapping into a sense of spiritual warfare and basically saying the game needs a soul again. He is positioning himself as the man who will scrub the culture clean of all the rot that festered under the previous regime. This track is the sound of a winner who finished the physical war and is now making the ideological change permanent. He is telling every rapper who only cares about jewelry and fake streams that their time is officially over. The party has ended because the man in the black AF1s is in the building and he isn't leaving until the trash is gone. Dropping that song right before the VMAs was a masterclass in petty behavior that made the entire award show feel irrelevant.
You're not a rap artist, you're a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted. Tommy Hilfiger stood out.
He owns the news cycle because he is completely in sync with the pulse of the streets right now. The New Orleans situation shows how Kendrick uses the industry's own systems to win while Drake plays the victim through other people. Kendrick proved he has corporate backing with the Super Bowl and the streets with that untitled track. This is a pensive movement that has the whole OVO camp completely trapped. Nicki can tweet until her thumbs get tired, but the halftime show is booked and those black AF1s are already on the ground. While Kendrick plans to occupy the biggest stage in modern television, Drake is stuck in what I call his digital basement. He is out here relying on a burner account called Plot Twist with 10 T's in the name just to get some attention back. He dropped 100 gigs of archival footage, hoping it would distract everyone from the fact that he lost the biggest battle of his career. It feels desperate because he is throwing everything at the wall while the other side moves with military precision. On September 10th, he was posting old photos of Lil Wayne on his Instagram stories to signal some kind of allegiance after the snub.
You're not a rap artist, you're a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted. Tommy Hilfiger stood out.
That move looks like pure damage control because he knows his brand is radioactive and he needs Wayne's goodwill to stay relevant. The difference between a 100 gig rollout and a Super Bowl announcement is the difference between a yard sale and a global coronation. Drake is moving like a man who got evicted from the main room and is now trying to set up shop in the garage. This boogeyman narrative is manifesting as a total gatekeeping of the industry where Drake doesn't even get an invite to the party anymore. This Super Bowl performance is way more than a simple concert because it represents a total cultural extinction for the entire Drake and Young Money aesthetic. Jay-Z and Kendrick Lamar are executing a total regime change right in front of us to move hip-hop away from the pop-centric vibe that has dominated for the last decade.
Speaking the truth and walk through life like day by day. Speaking the code and honoring discipline. Listen, man. Giving the truth, you tell them what God considering.
This is a case where, okay, I had to learn from this and say, okay, I'm at a point now in my career, I don't have to play the game of having the album track at the end of the record.
This move sends a clear message that the era of the singing rapper from Toronto is dead and the culture is finally heading back to its real roots. My prediction is that the New Orleans show will be the ultimate victory lap where Kendrick performs Not Like Us in front of 100 million people on live TV. That level of global humiliation is the kind of hit that ends a career for good because there is simply no way to recover from a blow that large. Looking at it through that lens makes it clear that passing over Lil Wayne was a strategic necessity for this new regime to actually take hold. The powers that be had to ensure Drake had zero proxy presence at the Super Bowl, and that meant even the legends linked to him were forced to take a back seat. This was a calculated cultural eviction to make sure the OVO era stays in the past while Kendrick builds out the future of the game. Before we get into how the rest of the industry is reacting to this shift, I want to know where your head is at with this whole situation.
Ain't been about critics, not about gimmicks, not about who the greatest. Always been about love and hate. Now let me say, I'm the biggest. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you talk.
Tell me in the comments if Kendrick is being too cold-blooded by taking the spot in Wayne's backyard, or if this is the aggressive reset The culture needed no cap. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the latest drama as it happens. Kendrick has the entire culture in a chokehold, and it doesn't look like he will let go until every trace of the old guard has been wiped away. We are watching history unfold right now as the throne officially changes hands and the party finally comes to an end. The new era is here to stay, and the industry will never look the same after this.